that this set of cadets are going to bring a lot of value into confronting the challenges.
Nigerian Defense Academy boosts armed forces capacity as cadets of 71 regular course, direct short course service, course 28 conclude training.
I have lost my house and all other valuables therein, including the foodstuffs, to the flood.
Houses, farmlands submerged as flood in Gumi area of Zamfara State destroys valuables. Hello and welcome to the news at 11 on Nta News24. We're live in Abuja. My name is Justin Bemunyi. President Bola Tinubu has issued a directive to reduce the size of Nigeria's official delegation to the forthcoming United Nations General Assembly UNGA meetings in New York, United States. The directive was disclosed by the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, on Saturday in Abuja during a one-day retreat organized by the State House Management for Heads of Government Agencies under its supervision, with the theme Strengthening Institutional Mechanism for Effective Delivery. The Chief of Staff said the decision to streamline Nigeria's delegation to the 79th session of UNGA in September is part of the administration's commitment to ensure prudent management of resources and reduce the costs of governance. The Chief of Staff urged heads of agencies that the retreat to comply strictly, adding that the President is listening to the concerns of Nigerians and is committed to addressing them diligently. The Chief of Staff also urged the State House Management and Chief Executives of agencies under its supervision to lead by example by ensuring compliance with statutes, laws, regulations, and various policies designed to enhance governance. And the federal government has warned state governments against entering foreign negotiations alone without the input of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, following the dispute between Ogun State government with Chinese company Zhongshan Fushen Industrial Investment Company Limited, leading to the seizure of 3 Nigerian presidential jets. A statement by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, stressed that this is part of the problem when subnational actors like state governments take upon them to go into international agreements without the involvement of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the federal government. The minister pointed out when such goes awry, the ministry is left with such problem to deal with. Yusuf Tuga emphasized that foreign negotiations require individuals with expertise and training. Equally, the minister warned that subnational actors should not engage in such agreements alone. The federal government is deploying 51 solar mini-grids to communities across the country this year as part of interventions to increase access to electricity. Joshua Jito reports that 5 communities in Abuja are among the beneficiaries.
Defying the deplorable road, Rural Electrification Agency is reaching out to communities in the hinterlands, providing them with electricity to boost the rural economy. Rafin Zurfi in Gwagwalada Area Council of the FCT is the latest beneficiary of the federal government solar project, and the community is excited as the facility is inaugurated.
We are expanding more and more so that we enjoy the light. We live for long without having light.
A 40 kilowatts hybrid solar system with 3.5 kilometers of distribution network across the community is expected to provide affordable and reliable electricity.
What you should expect is a reasonable tariff for the community to be able to afford it and gradually grow their business. The batteries of this project, the panels, it is built to last for the next 10 years. We don't envisage any major problem.
50 kilowatts PV, 144 kilowatt hour battery storage, and 50 kilowatts inverter system with metering infrastructure in place for payment of electricity.
The work being done in rural community by the REA further shows that the federal government of Nigeria is keen on leaving no one behind in the delivery of its developmental projects.
More communities in the FCT are to benefit from the solar mini grid project this year, as federal government taxed them to take ownership of the project against vandals. Joshua Ojitu, NTA News.
The Nigerian Defense Academy is boosting the manpower capacity of the armed forces as cadets of a 71 regular course and direct short service course 28 will be concluding their military training exercises in a couple of weeks. Haruna Mohammed reports on the exercise Camp Highland Battle Incubation held in Kachia, led by the Commandant Major General John Ochai.
Firing of live ammunition in real-life simulation to counter obstacle with armored tanks providing fire support while maneuvering from concealed approach as enemy position come under superior firepower. Camp Highland Battle Inoculation exercise for Army cadets of 71 regular course and direct short service course 28 is a prerequisite for graduation from the Nigerian Defense Academy. Air Officer Commanding Air Training Command Air Vice Marshal Nnamdi Ananaba agree with the NDA Commandant Major General John Ochai. The soon-to-be commissioned cadets are one of the best sets and will in no small measure complement the nation's national security architecture. The exercise was rounded up with display of tactical prowess and novelty shooting of various rounds, firing the general-purpose machine gun and the Scorpion combat vehicle in a show of combined military might.
In the battlefield, you'll be hearing sounds of gunshots, you'll be hearing sounds of explosions, you'll be hearing sounds of your enemy firing at you, bullets whistling over your head, people falling beside you. That is the real deal. So this exercise brings them as close to reality as possible.
And I can assure the nation, particularly the armed forces, that this set of cadets are going to bring a lot of value into confronting the challenges that we are facing, particularly in the security area.
Highland Battle Inoculation is a climax of the outdoor training for the regular cadets as well as the Direct Short Service Course 28. From the Nigerian Army Table Hill, Kachia, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has condemned the kidnapping of 20 medical students in Otukpo, Benue State, while en route to the annual convention of the Federation of Catholic Medical and Dental Students in Enugu. A statement by the Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi notes that the IGP orders the immediate deployment of personnel, technical resources to augment the manpower of the Benue State Command and ensure swift rescue of the students. Meanwhile, the IGP equally appeals to the general public to provide useful information and actionable intelligence that will aid the ongoing investigation and the rescue operation. Individuals with relevant details are encouraged to contact the nearest police station or the state's command control center. Now, many houses and farmlands have been submerged by flood in Gumi local government area of Zamfara State, destroying lots of valuables. Hundreds of households are displaced by the disaster as the victims struggle to resettle. Let's have details from Jamilu Ibrahim.
The flood, which occurred as a result of a heavy downpour that lasted for more than 48 hours, submerged many houses and farmlands across Gumi town, headquarters of Gumi local government area of Zamfara State, and some neighboring communities. Though the exact number of houses and farmlands affected by the disaster is yet to be ascertained, many residents describe the flood as the most devastating in recent years. Hundreds of the displaced persons are now taking shelter in the least affected neighborhood and communities. The victims continue to count their losses as they appeal for urgent intervention to cushion the effect of the disaster. I have lost my house and all other valuables therein, including the foodstuffs, to the flood. We are appealing to the state and the federal governments to urgently come to our aid. Nobody can tell you the exact number of farmlands submerged by the flood. It has almost destroyed all the farmlands in this area. As of the time of filing this report, good Samaritans were sighted busy trying to help some victims, especially women and children, out of the flooded areas. Meanwhile, Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has in a statement sympathized with the people of Gumi Emirate over the tragedy. He also directed the Zamfara State Emergency Management Agency to immediately assess the situation for urgent intervention to the victims. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
Now, there is no doubt the ambitious initiative by the federal government to construct 1,000 kilometers Sokoto-Badagry coastal highway will diversify the nation's economy, boost food security and create jobs. Minister of State for Water Resources and Sanitation, Bello Mohammed Goroyo, stated this during an engagement in Abuja. The minister in a statement said the trans-Saharan trade route, which links northern region with the southern coastal areas, will play a crucial role in enhancing economic prosperity. Highlighting its strategic importance, Bello Goroyo says the project will improve market access, reducing post-harvest losses and stimulating agricultural value chains, as well as facilitate commerce and cultural integration. He also extolled President Tinubu's foresight in creating the Northwest Development Commission, which will play a key role in addressing challenges facing the region and also facilitate repairs of infrastructure ravaged by insurgency. This is the news at 11 on Nta News24. Do stay with us. More stories after this short break.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau, in noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports on day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to NTA News24, DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, StarTimes Channel 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703.
Now, governments at subnational levels must work on getting data about their areas of comparative advantages and project same to the global economy for Nigeria to attract the needed direct foreign investments. Emmanuel Akela reports on the engagement of government officials in Gombe during a workshop by a Nigerian investment certification program for states in the country.
Nigeria's economic growth depends to some extent on how much information is made available to investors across the globe about the business opportunities in the country. The Nigerian Investment Certification Program for States workshop in Gombe, therefore, is a step in that direction.
The state has done a lot of reforms, and as at the moment, they are the leading state in terms of investment, climate improvement.
When you go to schools, you see that everybody is engaged doing one business or the other. So it's here. We have the land.
We in the health sector, we are so many partners are coming into Gombe State.
We also have road network, improvement of our education sectors. We have mega schools.
The certification process for Gombe State to be on the investment global map reveals the efforts made by the government to grow the state's economy in recent years.
There are certain things every investor looks at before bringing investment to a particular place. And we believe Gombe State has everything it takes for an investor to come.
With the 3-day training done, next would be the coming of inspectors to conclude the final stage for Gombe State's investment opportunities to be more visible at the international business place. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, Nta News.
The conduct of local government election in Bauchi State witnesses low turnout of voters in most of the polling units across the 20 local governments of the state. Mwazu Hassan reports that people were seen going with their normal daily activities despite the police order restricting vehicular movement from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
This was the atmosphere of some polling unit visited, with either some few voters in waiting or not even having any voter or election officials on ground. The election process commenced at about 12 noon in other polling units visited by NTA News, which include Makama, Prison Yard, and Kwanar Maja polling unit in Zaranda ward of Toro local government area, a hometown of Senator representing Bauchi South, Senator Shehu Buba Umar.
Well, like you said, after 11 now, but we are yet to be given the stamp pad and then the ink for voters to exactly. We are still waiting for the ink and then the stamp pad also. I came around 12:30 to cast my votes, but unfortunately, I have not seen anybody from INEC officials. None of them has returned. And my finding shows that in the entire Toro local government, there is no any polling unit that INEC materials and INEC officials have been sent there. There is no election virtually as of now. And this time around is 1 o'clock. As you can see me here in my polling station waiting to cast my vote.
The absence of some election materials has contributed to the delay in its conduct. A forum of some election observers expressed satisfaction with the election's conduct.
From where we've gone so far, I think the place is calm, and especially this particular polling unit, we saw that a lot of people came out actually, and the polls started as early as after 8, and from what we see so far, everything is calm.
What has now remained is the election result, which will be announced of the local government electoral offices, while the effort to hear from the Bauchi State Independent Electoral Commission was proved abortive. In Bauchi, Mwas Hassan, NTA News.
The National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children's Education say it has successfully mopped up over 20,000 out-of-school children in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, within the last 3 weeks. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Dr. Mohammed Sani Idris, in a statement emphasizes that the feat was achieved due to the dedicated efforts of the 31 enrollment marshals who worked tirelessly to identify the out-of-school children. He assured that by September, when schools reopen, all mopped-up children will be paving the way for a brighter future. The Executive Secretary reaffirmed the President Bola Tinubu administration's commitment to reforming the Almajiri system of education and ensuring that every Nigerian child has access to quality education. A midnight fire outbreak at Kaura Market has destroyed goods worth millions of naira, with traders clearing the debris while thinking of how to start afresh. Ibrahim Belogunda was at the market and now reports.
Outbreak at Kaura Market in Abuja affected open stall owners who trade in provision, foodstuff and perishables. Eyewitness account reveals that the fire outbreak started after power was restored.
When the light spark, I now went there with trolling to control the fire. Cylinder and the generator that they are hiding inside the shop. The fire started, when the fire started, the gas cylinder and the generator, they explode and the fire was escalated. Then I now called the near fire station.
Chairman, Kaura Market and other traders affected said they lost everything and starting afresh will be challenging as some of the affected traders are already in debt.
When they restored the light and the fire started, this is what they used to take care of their family. We are calling on government to see how they can come for our aid, understand, so that we'll be able to get back on their feet.
Even a single pin in this market, we didn't bring it out.
Our shops, the money we left, the contribution money we kept for people because we are doing this daily contribution. Everything in our shop is gone. So we don't have anything left. We didn't even pick a pin from our shops. Please, we are begging the government. Please, they should come to our aid.
I think it's devastating and there's a need for government to come in and help these people. These are ordinary people. You know, the place that got burnt has small shops of women who borrow money every day and trade and return the money and get more to trade again.
With more than 50 traders affected, the market management promised to put in place measures that will ensure safety of shops. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello Gunda, NTA News.
Now this is the news at 11 on NTA News 24. Here is a recap of our major stories. President Tinubu directs only authorized officials with business should attend the United Nations General Assembly in September.
That this set of cadets are going to bring a lot of value into confronting the challenges.
Nigerian Defense Academy boosts armed forces capacity as cadets of 71 regular course. Direct short service course 28 concludes training.
I have lost my house and all other valuables therein, including the foodstuffs, to the flood.
Houses, farmlands submerged as flood in Gumi area of Zamfara State destroys valuables. Northern governors celebrate former military President General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida at 83, hailing his statesmanship and enduring legacy. A statement by its chairman and governor of Gombe State, Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, describes IBB as a bridge builder and a committed patriot. The 19 governors acknowledged the former Nigerian leader as a true asset and a source of inspiration for both established and emerging leaders. Now, President Bola Tinubu has felicitated with former head of state General Ibrahim Babangida on his 83rd birthday. President Tinubu, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, salutes the former head of state on this special occasion, noting his endeavors towards the development of the nation, especially in infrastructure and otherwise, notably the completion of the third mainland bridge, which at the time was the longest bridge in Africa. The president acknowledges the role of General Babangida in the sculpting of modern Nigeria and commends him for his services to the nation. President Tinubu wishes the former head of state many more years in good health. Now, former President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed condolences to the former chairman of the National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Jega, following the death of his mother, Hajia Hawa Kulu Muhammadu Jega, who died after a brief illness in Abuja. The former president, in a statement by his media aide, Garba Shehu, while praying for the repose of her soul and Allah's mercy to grant her Al-Jannul Firdaus, said there is no greater loss than that of a mother. He, however, urges Jiga to find solace and comfort in the good deeds she left behind. And that's the news at 11 on NTA News 24. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Justin Bemuni. Do have a wonderful night rest.